Good evening. My name is Dulce Valencia, and I am a proud theater studies major graduating from UNLV this semester. I'm originally from a tiny village in the middle of the mountains in the state of Guerrero, Mexico. When I lived there, we had 2 classrooms and 2 teachers. My mom never got to make it past the 6th grade, and my dad never got to finish school either. Education was a privilege and luxury we had to go out into the world and fight for. I came to the state of Nevada when I was 12 years old as an undocumented immigrant. At 15, I knew that my status would dictate many of the things I could and couldn't do. By 17, I firmly believed that I would not be able to go to college because of my immigration status. So to be here, graduating from UNLV with my bachelor's degree is a true privilege and honor I wasn't sure I was going to get. The journey has not been easy, to say the least. My first semester, I could only afford to take 2 classes, and even then, my mom and I had to pull every dollar and cent we could to make my tuition payment. Things began to look up when I got my work permit, which allowed me to work and pay for my own tuition. Then 2 years ago, I was able to finally transfer to UNLV and major in theater studies to do what I know I was meant to do: tell stories. I remember the first time I met with an advisor for the College of Fine Arts. She asked me how I was going to pay for tuition, and I told her out of pocket. She asked me why I didn't apply for FAFSA, and I told her I couldn't because I was undocumented. Without missing a beat, she looked me in the eyes and said, "You are welcome here and you belong here." That was the first time anyone in higher education had told me that. So to every undocumented person who is out there and dreams of going to college but isn't sure how they're going to pay or isn't sure if they belong here, you are welcomed here and you do belong here. The universe conspires to help the dreamer, and there's an entire universe of people out there willing to help. I've been so fortunate in my life to have had so much help from so many wonderful people who I would like to give thanks to, starting with my mom, Maria Sanchez. Gracias por darme todo en esta vida. To my friends who gave me financial support when money was tight, thank you. To my bosses who let me leave work early so I could go study or be in a play, thank you. And to my professors and friends who have encouraged me to keep going when things were difficult, thank you. This degree means so much to me because it is one piece of paper that no one can take away from me. No person, no government, no immigration system, this paper is mine. As I prepare to embark out into the world, I have big dreams. I dream of writing and acting in meaningful stories that elevate the voices of immigrants in an effort to enact social change. I feel confident in my abilities and myself, and that is largely thanks to my amazing professors here at UNLV. They have taught me that storytelling is everywhere, and it's more than just words on a piece of paper. Storytelling is within every sound cue, light shift, costume piece, and set. And everyone has a story worthy of being told and listened to. So as we go out into the world, I encourage you all to know your story and to share it proudly, because it is by sharing our stories that we are able to change the world. So go out and share your stories. Thank you.
My name is Norma Saldivar, and I am the chair of the Department of Theater and the executive director of the Nevada Conservatory Theater. On behalf of the Department of Theater faculty and staff, it is my privilege to congratulate you, Fall 2020 graduates. As with producing theater, reaching this milestone has been an extraordinary effort, supported no doubt by a network of people who have been there to not only support you, but to nurture and advocate for you. We would like to also send our congratulations and thanks for their gestures and efforts that made it possible for you to spend your 4 years with us as theater students. Your time as students in the theater department has been made up of an assortment of experiences. You dedicated yourself to classroom learning and shop hours with equal effort and enthusiasm. Like theater majors before you, you learned about theories and put those theories into practice in studios, shops, and on the Paul Harris, Black Box, and Judy Bailey theater stages. With each experience, you grew in understanding and in realization of what it means to be a theater artist. Each semester brought growth and expanded your comprehension of the workings of production and the absolute commitment required, not just of an individual, but of a community. The making of theater demands a community of artists willing to collaborate with a cohesive intention toward one goal, raising a specific play to offer it to an audience. You not only learned what is needed to bring this unified effort or intention to fruition, but you experienced the importance of knowledge in each of the various areas of theater. With each experience, you were exposed to the required expertise needed to meet that goal. It's our hope that with each assignment, you were able to ask yourself, does what I've learned about these new areas of theater speak to me? Am I a designer, or an actor, or a scholar, or a technical director, or am I a stage manager? What we are certain of is that these last 4 years were a time of inquiry and growth, a time for exploring, being introduced to all of the various components of theater, a time for you to determine what inspires you or moves you towards your future. So what comes next? What does the future hold? No doubt you've been asked this question once or twice already as you've neared this graduation date. And no doubt you've asked yourself the very same, what's next? Especially at this most uncertain of times. I won't presume to give you answers, but I encourage you to breathe deep and trust that you are ready to meet that challenge. If anything, meeting this goal of graduation should give you confidence that you have what it takes. You have the persistence, the dedication, strength, and determination to take the next step. Take the things you've learned in making theater as a model for the next step. After all, the future is just that, a series of steps. Understand that it takes clear thinking and crystallization of intention to set you on that new path. It takes planning to move that to the first future goal. That you're not alone, even in quarantine. Don't forget your fellow graduates. Collaborating and working together will make your future achievements even better than imagined. And finally, recognize the impact your goals can have on others. The things you do, either big or small, will have a significant and lasting impact on others. And that impact, well, you can and will change the world. Sounds lofty? Perhaps. But as the great stage and film actor William Dafoe once said, great theater is about challenging how we think and encouraging us to fantasize about a world we aspire to. During your time at UNLV, you have been given tools to not only look at theater and understand the nuances engaged in the realization of every production, but it has given you an understanding and opportunity to touch hearts and open minds. Rest assured, we believe in you. Wherever you go, we know you will be amazing, and we hope you will remember to keep in touch and share all your future accomplishments. Please know that we will always be grateful to have shared this step in your journey. Congratulations, Fall 2020 graduates.
In the last couple of nights, Billy Brown has paid you more money than those folks you work for have paid you all week. You can always be a chambermaid or somebody's nanny. Where are you ever going to be a queen and not some servant, but right here in this play with the African Company?
I don't know. I guess not never.
You tell me you don't like it? All them people looking up at you, admiring you, smiling at you. You don't get a chill up there. Standing on that stage with all that applause falling down around you like warm summer rain.
Yeah. I like it, I guess.
And wearing that gown Sarah made for you. You look so pretty in that gown, Annie. So pretty. Me and all those people out there, we want you to be our queen. We see you and we want to believe that you are our queen. So when they go back to them houses, they can wear them butler coats and footmen uniforms and handmade outfits and dream. Dream of the lives they could live and the parts they could play. If only they had a role. If only they had a chance. If only there were a place and way for them to do it. But you have that chance and you don't want to take it.
It's not that I don't want to do it. I just don't like that part. It just don't make no sense to me.
Annie, you're not telling me the truth.
Not telling the truth? What truth am I supposed to be telling? Ain't no truth in there for me.
Yes, there is. Only you in here biting when you otherwise wouldn't even be barking. This Anne, she ain't no different from Lady Anne. When that codfish aristocracy you work for does you wrong, do you holler? Do you throw up your hands in the air with your apron clutched up in them and fling them down on the ground and tell them you ain't mopping and dusting and scrubbing no more? That you are through sewing up old clothes, washing windows, and cooking up codfish to look like some rich man's dinner? Do you? No, you don't. Because you know you've got to take it easy. Now, you're right to be mad, but you've got to put a lid on that pot. You've got to take it easy. You've got to steam it down till it gets to be a taste you can swallow. Now, Lady Anne, she's in that king's kingdom, just like you in that man's house.
But he kills the woman's husband and her father.
It's a play, Annie. You have to pretend.
Pretend? I don't know how to pretend. I don't have a husband. I don't know who my father is, nor my mother. There's just me. Every colored child coming to this world is in a little basket on somebody's doorstep. And if she's a little girl, when she gets to looking like a woman, there is always some King Richard who wants to lie with her. And like it's saying in that play, they'll have us, but they won't keep us long. And the little baskets keep filling up with babies going from doorstep to doorstep to doorstep. Pretend. There ain't no pretending in that for me. How can I pretend?